No matter what way you look at it, NASCAR has had the highest of highs. Whether it be from competition, like 6 drivers organically fighting for a championship, or also in just vast size, like the height of the Brickyard 400 with nearly 300,000 spectators. But when it comes to the most watched race, you'd be surprised. But more on that right after this. With NASCAR being back, I know I'm gonna be really busy, both enjoying the racing and also having more work. There's no way that I'd want to waste time on food prep. This is where Factor comes in. Factor makes meeting your nutritional goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen meals right to your door. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and you can start eating it in only 2 minutes. Here, I'm chowing down on a spicy poblano beef bowl. And wow, was it tasty. So, to get your order of Factor today, head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code Iceberg50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's Factor75.com. Use code Iceberg50 for 50% off your first Factor box. Now, back to the show. Many think that the 90s were the most popular time in NASCAR's history, but actually it was the viewership-wise lead-up to the most popular time. With more nationwide geared TV contracts starting in 2001, ratings boomed. Year after year, NASCAR mesmerized the American masses with close to 10 million a week watching at home by 2005. It was truly a great time to be a NASCAR fan, but change was coming. Unlike partner Fox, who had signed on for the new contract starting in 2007, the other partner, NBC, did not return after an ugly split being replaced by ESPN. So in 2006, it would become a lame duck season for them, starting with both the 2006 Bud Shootout and the 2006 Daytona 500. The shootout gave plenty to talk about. Firstly, was rookie Denny Hamlin winning the whole damn thing. Secondly, that Carl Edwards was penalized in the fiasco where Edwards passed below the yellow line, though was doing so to avoid a sure-to-be crash, losing spots in the process. NASCAR went full stupid and penalized him for it. And then there was finally Tony Stewart's post-race comments, which would quickly become hypocritical.
Yeah, we're going to kill somebody, so, somebody else is going to die at Daytona or Talladega with what we're doing right here, so, I hope I'm not around when it happens.
Remember these words for later. Through the end of Speed Weeks, the racing was showing to be as great as ever. Through it as well, weather aside from the Bud Shootout having rain, had been great. But as the morning of the Daytona 500 emerged, it was pretty clear that it would not be clear, and it would keep up all of Sunday with a thick wave of fog spreading over the giant track with some mist as well. But regardless, 43 cars would be on the grid for the ultimate chance at NASCAR glory in just one race. Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon would lead them off. Well, until a weird and fitting deal for
green flag because of that bag you see on the top of his car.
That's on our camera.
Sure is.
We need to get that off before the race.
Yes. So he's going to come in, and they'll get that off of there, and then we'll reline the field, and we'll be able to go racing in the Daytona 500.
Okay, I think we're good now.
It's our pleasure at NBC to take you to the green flag for the 2006 season. We'll be there for the checkers in Homestead. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Enjoy the Daytona 500 live on NBC.
Oh, we got trouble back here in the middle somewhere. Oh, we've already lost a tire.
We've had tire issues throughout the week. It's from Jeff Green's car. He's trying to get to pit road.
There is no way in hell that modern NASCAR keeps the race green after that. The lead wouldn't be consistently held for much of the day, so while Burton led early, it wouldn't mean that he was any worse or better than the rest of the pack. Part of it was that the bottom line was dominant for most of the day. With a quick yellow from rookie Martin Truex Jr., a single-file restart would be set up. While this would be crucial for the end of the day, it didn't mean this restart would stay single-file. The lead shuffled back and forth already. Another contender had issues in Jeremy Mayfield with contact on track. The start of a miserable campaign for the Kentucky native. This scared and scattered the field, causing a single-file lull around the quarter mark of the race. Much in NBC fashion at the time, though, trouble broke out while they were under commercial.
You know what? First, here's the pass lead. You see McMurray going down on the bottom of Tony Stewart. Okay, now Stewart slides up the racetrack like he almost got loose. Gordon goes to the inside. Now Gordon's going to slide up in front of Tony Stewart. What I don't understand is why he actually almost ran or squeezed Stewart in, which we've seen in turn 2 a lot.
We've seen that happen. This is the third time we've seen it happen today, and you mentioned the wind. When that wind blows around that corner, it's very difficult to turn that car back into the wind.
Now, Stewart didn't give Gordon any room on this deal. I mean, Stewart looks like he could have checked up a little bit and give the 24 room, and they both probably would have got through that corner without running into the wall.
Again, remember this with Tony Stewart throughout the video. With the following run, racing picked up again. Unfortunately, though, fog and mist only thickened and picked up as well, causing NBC to cover it with only low and zoomed in angles. Compared to the last 5 Daytona 500s, the coverage was severely lacking, kind of like modern Fox. Yet still, again under commercials, the action kept up.
Oh.
A multi-car crash has just occurred in turn 3. Kyle Petty is involved. J.J. Yaley in the 18. That's Carl Edwards in the 99.
Someone spun going in turn 3 and backed across the racetrack in front of all these cars and left them no place to go. Might have been Kyle. I'm not sure exactly who it was.
Here are the replays. We're under caution at Daytona.
No tire on that left rear, BP, the 45 car. Let's see, there's Jeff. Oh, wow.
Jeff Green breaks loose through the grass, then up the track.
Kind of a strange crash, really.
Joe Nemechek
almost, I mean, right in the door.
Carl Edwards would start his speed weeks finishing in the garage and would end it in the same way. Once again, the field was spared green flag stops. Nearly halfway, Dale Jr. and the Bud team jumped out in front of the cheers of over 200,000. But the Grade 8 was not going to run away with this race. Guys like Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, and Tony Stewart were just as strong. And since the Bud crew couldn't dial in the setup, it was evident. Past halfway, the biggest moment of the day, though, would happen again with 2 of the aforementioned drivers, again while NBC, aka Nothing But Commercials, was on commercial.
Look out!
Wow, I can't believe everybody missed that.
20 wrecked me, guys. The 20 wrecked me plain as day. How bad is it, man?
Matt Kenseth is in the wall.
It, but it's not good.
And I don't know how badly he has backed in the fence.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage here on the left front, BP.
I see some damage on the left.
At the rear of the field.
Let's see if we can check out what happened. There's Tony. Wow, man, well, it doesn't get more blatant than that.
And look at this. Up across the track. And a lot of guys with some heads-up driving.
Yeah, a lot of cars missed this wreck.
Oh, my goodness. With Bobby Labonte getting by on the inside, we saw Mike Wallace go by on the outside. Dale Jarrett back in the 88.
Now here's the first angle again.
Yeah, we're going to kill somebody. So, I mean, somebody else is going to die at Daytona or Talladega with what we're doing right here. So, I hope I'm not around when it happens.
But he was on camera on the big screens around the racetrack and said, move the camera. Now we're going to leave pit road
And NASCAR Race Control a moment ago told both these drivers, Matt Kenseth in the 17 and Tony Stewart in the 20, to settle down.
Well, you know, Kenseth should be hot. He's got a race car that's probably not capable of winning the Daytona 500 now because of that.
Black flag 17. Matt Kenseth will have to come to pit road.
So with all that, Matt Kenseth was the one who'd be screwed the most with it by NASCAR. This on top of Kenseth losing out on the best car he had ever had at Daytona to that point. Suffice to say that the driver of the 17 was not very happy. Even with this, the race did proceed to set a competition record with over 70 to go, the most leaders in Daytona 500 history to that point in a race. Closing in on 50 to go, the battle for the lead was close between the 8, 25, and 48, which would not be the only time in a plate race that they'd fight it out in 2006. Johnson racing without crew chief Chad Knaus, and instead had car chief Darian Grubb atop the box. Didn't hurt him at all though, because Grubb is a pretty good guy up top the box. Nearing 40 to go under yellow, the pits caused more action, including the 48.
And Jimmy Johnson locked up that right front a little bit, BP, but I don't think enough to hurt that tire.
When you slide those tires, you put flat spots on them and makes the cars vibrate.
Here you go. We'll go. Whoa! Go to the grass.
This green run saw the event start coming down to its final stages. With 25 to go, the 32 wrecked, causing a restart with 20 left. Only 6 laps later, there was another wreck, slowing the race again and killing Kurt Busch's Daytona 500 ambitions. With 10 to go, the green would come out again.
He'll be coming in a hurry.
The first 14 cars in the running order did not pit. 10 laps to go, 25 miles in the Daytona 500.
Sadler back there. A couple of those guys look like they laid back a little bit, which may help them on a run to the front. You get a lot of momentum when you lay back. So if you can time it, just
agreed to talk to us right now. He just asked, let me get over to this side. Kurt, you've had about 5 minutes to sit in your car while they rolled it back to the garage here. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, we had a great car all day. I was so proud of our team. Miller Lite Dodge was beautiful. Working with my teammate Ryan Newman, we had a shot at winning this race. And Rogers won the... Oh, it's too bad watching TV right now.
This meant for the second year in a row a green-white checker finish would end NASCAR's biggest race. Johnson, Newman, Mears, Sadler, and Dale Jr. the top 5.
At the line this time, the white flag. 1 lap to go at Daytona.
It's Junior that's making the move. He didn't want to do it, he said, but he's going to the outside.
got to. It's a Daytona 500.
He's got to try, at least try to win.
Meanwhile, Ryan Newman looked both sides of Johnson, nowhere to go, stays in line.
This is what Johnson wants to see in this mirror, though. He wants to see those guys behind him, side by side.
Casey Mears runs third.
Junior's losing positions as he tries to get by on the outside. Tony Stewart has moved into 5th, 6th.
Here goes Ryan Newman. He's going to try the high side. Which way will Mears go? Oh, hose this 12 car, Ryan Newman.
Bobby, keep pedaling it, man. Keep pedaling.
That's
clear by 4.
That's exactly.
got
Crash behind him. Crash behind him. The caution is out. The race is over. Jimmy Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
Jimmy Johnson would be the winner of the 2006 Daytona 500, the 4th win in a row for Chevrolet and back-to-back for Hendrick Motorsports, starting a campaign to championship number 1, a similar path that would be followed in 2013 for title number 6. A bit on the controversy side in the finish would be with Dodge drivers. Casey Mears not following fellow Dodge driver Ryan Newman, but instead pushing his future Hendrick teammate Jimmy Johnson to a win. As for the record viewership that this video is so centered on, 19.355 million average viewers for the day, with a total of over 37 million unique viewers. Over 11% of the country on average was watching the NASCAR race at that time at some point in the day. Nearly 15% of all Americans saw the finish, and the only time a NASCAR race ever got that close ever again would be 2012, when 36.5 million watched in total, but the average viewership was lower. So why did this race pop off? especially with the rest of 2006 being a down year in ratings for NASCAR? Well, NBC's coverage of the Olympics in the winter gave an artificial boost in marketing that paid off for the sport, possibly one that could be seen this year with the Super Bowl being on Fox the week before the 500. Still, regardless of reasoning, it to this day is crazy to see just how big of an audience NASCAR had at the time. And with that, I'm going to pass this all on to you. What do you remember from this race, and do you think NASCAR will ever get back to this level again? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, be sure to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for your continued support. And until next time, have a good one.